Today's profile review is a gold 3 player looking to get to platinum whose biggest struggle is consistency. So we're going to be breaking down what consistency looks like in League of Legends, and particularly the majority of profile reviews that come to me saying one of their biggest problems is consistency. They generally just haven't found the role they want to play in the champion pool they want to play. So I'm going to be breaking down how to figure that out, because this guy right now is playing mid, bot, and support, so we really need to get him to specialize one role, because that's the easiest way to climb, particularly if you're trying to get to the top 12%, which is plat. Now, before we get into that, however, if you want your own profile review just like the one you're about to watch, please check out the links in the YouTube description below. Let's get into the video. So currently you're gold 3, 53% win rate. You've played just over 50 games, almost 60. And your goal is to get to at least platinum. Looks like you're on a new account, and the biggest issue that you think is holding you back is consistency. And to answer that quickly, yes, I do agree that consistency is probably one of the biggest things holding you back. Now let's jump into that a little bit more. So right now I can see that out of your 60 games, you've played a lot of different roles. You've played mid lane, you've played support, and you've played AD carry. And when we're looking at things like solving consistency, the best place to start is to generally figure out what role you want to play and what champions you want to play. And right now, it doesn't really matter if it's AD carry, mid, or support. It looks like you've got a decent skill level on all three of those roles. What I would do, or how I would pick which role you want to specialize in, because specializing is the quickest way to climb, and it's your best chance to go from gold 3, which is the top 25% of players, to plat, which is about the top 12% of players, is to main one role and pick the one that you enjoy the most. So I can see that AD carry is your most played role by far. I can see you've got a bit of potential on champs like Ashe. I could also see you playing like Veigar bot lane as well. That could potentially work, as I can see you've got a little bit of a good win rate on there. If you want to play support, you could also play Lux. And if you want to play mid lane, you could keep playing your Malzahar, because there's a lot of potential there as well with a 53% win rate, and potentially even your Akshan, although there's only 3 games there played, so it's not the best to make an assumption with. But what I'd recommend to fix that consistency issue that you're having is to just pick one of these roles, whichever one you enjoy the most or you think you're the best at, and the one that you think you can stick with until you get to platinum. That's the one I'd recommend, because you need to start specializing, and playing one role and playing a small champion pool is going to be your biggest bet in keeping consistency. Now, other ways we can keep consistency is to reduce tilt in our games. So a really good rule is to never play more than 2 losses in a row and play in blocks of 3 games. So, never play more than 3 games in a row. You can play less than 3 games, never play more than 2 losses in a row. A super simple one that can help with consistency, can help with tilt, concentration, and performance, because the average human mind just isn't meant to concentrate for much longer than an hour and a half, which is about 3 ranked games. Now, in terms of what else you need to figure out, one of the biggest issues that I assume is probably you're facing in mid lane, AD carry, and support is your goal difference at 15. I can see in bot lane right now, for example, you're coming out about almost a kill and a half behind your enemy AD carry at 15 minutes on average, which is a really big problem. One, because it means your gold share is really low, it means your damage share is really low, and it means your damage dealt per minute compared to the enemy AD carry is low. I mean, negative 150 per minute is a really, really big deal, and you're going to need to improve that, I assume, for all your roles. So how do you go about doing that? Well, this profile review can't really tell you how to do that. All I can do is basically tell you the things that you're doing wrong, or point you in the right direction. But what I would recommend is, once you've watched this, booking a free call with me, and we can go about discussing how we could improve these, because most of the issues you're going to be facing once you've figured out what role you want to play and what champions you want to play, a lot of those problems that you're going to be facing are going to be in-game. So whether you pick AD carry, mid, or bot, we're going to be needing to work on your in-game skills, your laning phase, your grouping, your team fighting, your positioning, your CSing, your wave management. All these things need to be fixed in the correct order, in order to change you from a gold player to a plat player. So if you're interested in learning a bit more about what, one-on-one coaching would look like, personalized to your rank goals and the issues you're facing, please, once you've watched this, send me a message on Discord and we can go from there. Other than that, you've got a lot of potential here. There's no reason you can't go to plat. You've just got to pick one of these roles, focus on a bit of mastery, get some consistency in your champion pool, and see how you go. Anyway, once you watch this, again, reach out to me. And as always, cheers, good luck on the Rift, and I'll talk to you once you've watched this.